And last week, they came out looking like gangbusters, put up a year's worth of points, scoring 34 points in one game when they hadn't put up, well, was it 6 points in the first two games? So that's definitely a game I'm staying away from this week. Welcome to Pigskin Passion TV. And it's your boy, the Black Mamba. Today is September 25th, season number 2, episode number 72. And guys, we back. We back for another week of Survivor. And guys, weeks 1 through 3 have been a complete dumpster fire for Survivor pool picking. And if you're still in, congratulations. Big congratulations, because I know it's less than 10% of the people left in your pool. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, last week, it got worse because the top 4 options all lost. So last week was another devastating blow to our Survivor pools, knocking out a good 80% of the pool last week. So I don't know about you guys, but in 2 of the pools I'm in, they actually restarting the pool because it's ending so early. And, you know, everybody really has fun doing this. So the pools have restarted in 2 of my leagues. I've gotten knocked out in 2 leagues. I'm getting back into 1 of the leagues. And 1 of the leagues, I'm still kind of hanging on by a thread. But guys, out of 15 entries to be down to your last couple of entries, it's like, man, it's been a bad Survivor season, to say the least. But enough about that. Let's jump into this week's Survivor picks. And before we get to that, I want to let you know my stay away game this week is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Carolina Panthers. And the Bengals, they have eliminated a lot of us. They probably eliminated about 40% of the Survivor, because not only were they a big favorite in the season opener against the New England Patriots, they were also favorites last week against the Washington Commanders. And I just knew that they would be able to pull that game out before the game started. Once the game started, I was like, I don't know. Washington out here, Jaden Daniels out here looking all world, but they could not pull it out. And this week, they're facing a Carolina Panthers team who has just had quarterback changeover. And they were once the worst team in the league. And last week, they came out looking like gangbusters, put up a year's worth of points, scoring 34 points in one game when they hadn't put up, well, was it 6 points in the first 2 games? So that's definitely a game I'm staying away from this week. And I'm just going to hitch my wagon to another team and let the chips fall where they may. So with that said, my number 4 Survivor pick this week is the Arizona Cardinals, and they're playing the Washington Commanders this week. And I know if Washington had lost this game, everybody would be jumping on Arizona this week. So the Cardinals are probably a team that you would not have as an option this week, but I think it's a good matchup for them. And at your own risk, you can save better teams for later on. But we know where that's gotten us so far. So it could be a high risk, high reward pick, but I do like Arizona this week. My number 3 pick is the San Francisco 49ers versus the New England Patriots. This is probably going to be the consensus pick of the week. The only issue is that the 49ers, they have some key injuries right now. The only way I can see the Patriots hanging in this game is if it's a low-scoring defensive battle and they somehow get something fluky happens towards the end of the game to win. But I like the 49ers. in this game. My number 2 pick is the Houston Texans against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Houston got embarrassed last week by Minnesota, but I've come to the conclusion Minnesota is a much better team than I envisioned at the beginning of the year, and that defense is pretty good. Jacksonville's defense, on the other hand, they were putrid on Monday. They looked like a practice JV team out there where Josh Allen was just throwing the ball like he had a red shirt on. They couldn't touch him. He could throw the ball wherever he wanted to, and they couldn't tackle. That's how the game looked to me. It was like they could not stop him. So I think Houston will be able to run over that defense. Maybe not quite to that level, but I think they'll have their way as well. Now, you could save Houston for a better team later on, but at this point in Survivor, guys, you got to kind of go for what you know and what you feel comfortable with. Another week, if you do insist on saving them, maybe week 12 against the Tennessee Titans. And my number 1 pick for this week is the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. Jets. If you didn't use them last week, this is probably a week that's just as good. I think they're a good pivot team, and you're not going to have too many chances to use them. Their schedule is not the easiest schedule. So the Jets, they are playing the Denver Broncos. I thought that Tampa Bay would give a better effort against Denver and Bo Nix, but their defense was just too banged up and never got out the gates. So this is going to be the second week that the Broncos are playing on the East Coast. And even though they put some points up last week, I'm from Missouri. You got to prove it. So I still believe this offense is challenged, and last week may have been an anomaly. So I think this is a perfect spot to fade the Broncos this week. And guys, there you have it. Those are my 4 Survivor picks this week. And let's just jump into my picks here. So just to go in the other leagues to torture myself. In my big league, as you can see, there were over 16,000 people. Now there's less than 800 people in this league. So about 95% of the pool has been knocked out. And I think this is a league where we're going to restart. I think it's in week 5. I'm planning to be a part of that. So next week, hopefully I'll be able to start back picking in this league. I don't know how many people are going to rejoin, but yeah, this is crazy, man. Out of 16,000 people, only 800 are left. And in one of my smaller leagues, I think this league started out with about 189. And as you can see, it's only 5 people left, guys. That's wow. And here's the leagues that I'm still alive in. I had 4 entries in this league, and I only have 1 left. And I have 1 strike, so I have to get it right from here on out. I went with the Jets in this league, and let's see how many people are still available here. So it's only 17 people in this league that don't have a strike, and out of 478 people, it's down to 167 people. So, man, this league is going to be over with pretty soon, especially with only 17 people not having a strike. This is the league that was actually another Survivor pool started last week. So let's jump over to that one and look at my picks. So in this league, I went with San Francisco and the New York Jets. So this Survivor pool was started last week. I went with the Jets and Tampa Bay last week. So I have 1 perfect entry and I have 1 entry that has a strike. So in this particular survivor pool. There's 90 people. It takes 2 strikes to get eliminated. And out of 90 people, 20 people have no strikes. So I have a small chance in this league. So that's good. 1 strike and 1 without strike. So there you have it, guys. These are my survivor picks for this week. And hopefully you are still playing and you are picking. I think it's going to get to a point where we can kind of figure out who's who right now. I think it's getting to that point at the cost of losing over 90% of our pools. So with that said, guys, hey, let's keep plugging away and picking these games. And I got a public service announcement for you. Spike that like, comment, subscribe. And it's your boy, the Black Mamba, out.